The Canadian housing market and the cost of living in general is a joke, and that is why I bought a condo here in Thailand. And there's a look up at the Edge condos. Some people have been wondering why I made 2 trips to Thailand in the course of a month. And this is the real reason. I was looking at a few condos in Bangkok as well as Pattaya here. And this is Second Road. This condo is located right in the heart of central Pattaya. And I'll talk a little bit more about my reasons for doing this. But just off in that direction, you have the big night market and the central Pattaya shopping mall. And just over there is Walking Street. Let's take a walk around the property. And if you're wondering what I paid, it came out to a hair under $80,000 Canadian. And they were just checking my security pass. It came to just under $80,000 Canadian for everything. And if you're wondering about maintenance fees, they're a little under $100 a month. Whereas 20 years ago, when I was starting out working full time, I could have bought a condo in Toronto for well under $200,000. I would have been able to walk into a bank and make a modest down payment and get approval. And I know that because I had colleagues earning the same as me in the same position who did just that. But I decided maybe I would hold off and buy a property that I wanted to live in long term. Well, that turned out to be a very stupid mistake, because since then, the average cost of a condo in the Toronto area is over $700,000, and the average cost for something that I would want to live in is over $1 million. So here I am, 20 years later, doing better than I ever have, with enough to easily make a down payment. And if I walked into a bank and said I want to buy $1 million condo, they would laugh me out of there. Yet 20 years ago, I easily could have bought a condo. So that tells you the ridiculous state of the housing market in Canada. Absolutely no one is doing anything to curtail the out of control costs. I know a number of people around my age who can't afford to buy. So I plan to split my time between here and there. I will be keeping my rent controlled apartment. There's a wait for the elevators. There's a bathroom here. So we'll head up to the rooftop and I'll show you some of the amenities. I think you'll find it to be quite nice. It's okay. I just held that elevator up. This should be me. There we go. $30. So I'll be heading back to Canada tomorrow and handing this unit over to a property manager. And it's being registered as a hotel basically, so it'll be rented out while I'm not here. I'll be here for a lot of the winters and just using this as a launching pad to travel around Asia and this part of the world. And if I really like it, I might just bail on Canada entirely. We're on the 30th floor here. There's some penthouse units. My unit is certainly not one of those, but it's pretty damn nice. There's a look over Central Road, and of course the Gulf of Thailand. Punching bag. There's laundry here. If you don't have ensuite laundry, I do, but I don't have a dryer. This is just a shared common space. Push. There's a social lounge with a ping pong table, but the real star of the show is coming up, and maintenance fees are well south of $100 a month Canadian, and compare that to the $400 or $500 a month you could expect to pay in Canada for a comparable place. We've got a hot tub here and a small pool and some sun loungers. But this is actually a 2-floor rooftop. There's a sunbed. It just seems Canada has more people than homes these days. And under the current policies, that is only going to get significantly worse, which prices people like me completely out of the market. So why wouldn't I buy this as an investment? It will pay for itself in about 10 years' time. Plus I'll have a place to live. And I already own it outright. There's washrooms up here. So we'll make the trip down to the unit itself. I'll quickly show you that. It's a bit of a disaster at the moment. And I just got back from the dentist as well. So does this mean an end of Toronto content? No, of course not. But it does mean an uptick in content abroad. And if all works out, I might buy a condo in another area. Home sweet home. There's a room over there where you can throw your garbage. The cost of living here is so much better. And if I didn't have a rent-controlled unit, I would probably just give up on living in Canada entirely. Certainly not the only one having thoughts like that. These two units on the end here have rather glorious balconies, and they face the Gulf itself. Well, that window is kind of dirty. Punch in with my code here. Here we go. Storage, toilet, I guess Australian style, completely separate from the rainfall shower head. And sink. Comes furnished. There's a bed. TV, I'll definitely have to increase the size of that. Closet. The internet is stupid fast, 1500 up and down. Kitchenette. I absolutely love this configuration. It is sealed off from noise and the fresh air coming from outside. And now it's essentially a giant balcony. Let's look at this. It just opens right up. Just an incredibly smart design. That cannot dry, but in my experience, the combo washer dryers are kind of ridiculous. You can hang your clothes up to dry outside. Coffee. A fridge. Couldn't live here without getting a t-shirt, and that is it. So screw you, Canadian housing market. You may have defeated me, but I have found a victory on the other side of the world. Although if I were to live here full time, I think the Pratnack area over there would be a little bit more desirable, a little bit slower paced, a little bit nicer, but you gotta start somewhere. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of my new digs. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. At some point, there will be a dramatic shift in the regular content on the channel. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Or maybe this is all some kind of elaborate April Fool's joke. Yoink.